This year, Citi launched the Strata Elite credit card. It is the premium card that takes the place of Citi's previous high-end offering, the Prestige, which is not available to new card members anymore. The card offers up to $1,500 in annual value through various benefits for a $595 annual fee and competes with high-end cards like the Platinum from American Express or the Reserve from Chase. But for many of those that signed up and got the card this year, it has not been a pleasant experience, with their accounts being frozen while Citi expected them to provide proof of income. This meant that customers could not use their cards and they were losing precious time where they could be doing their spending for the welcome bonus, which is either 80,000 or 100,000 points depending on when you signed up. Just a couple of days ago, the Wall Street Journal came out with an expose on the whole situation. So in this video, we're going to dive into it together, look at what happened and how Citi has tried to fix it and compensate customers. Hey credit warriors, welcome to the show. My name is Ben Hedges, aka the Credit Shifu, and on this channel, I cover US credit cards, personal finance, and luxury travel. If you like the sound of that, please subscribe. But let's get into the video. Alright, so what exactly happened to some people who signed up for Citi's new premium card? Let's read a little bit of this article, and then I'll tell you how Citi has responded and also give you my thoughts on the whole situation. For about a month after receiving his card, Colette used it for everyday purchases to reach that spending target. Then, the card suddenly started getting declined. When he checked the Citi app, he saw an alert saying he needed to submit additional documentation. After mailing in the requested IRS form, he was told he wouldn't be notified when his account status changed. That's so typical of a big bank, like, we won't notify you when your account is reactivated again. We'll just make you make the effort to check your app every day. I think it's funny how he had to mail the form too. Like, Citi couldn't figure out DocuSign? Really? What is this, the 90s? And why do they even need income verification anyway, alright? I've never had to submit that for any credit card except one. The Barclays Business Earner credit card, all right? And that's a business card. It's very strict. It requires you to have an LLC, etc. So that's kind of a one-off, but any personal credit card, I've never had to do that. In my understanding, it only happens if you have a financial review from Amex or something. Like today, the algorithms are so advanced that they should be able to analyze your spending, analyze you paying back your card as well, and they should be able to work out your approximate income bracket anyway, just from looking at your spending habits. All right, let's keep going. Here is what another card member experienced. When Ben Hu called Citi last month to find out why his Strata Elite card was being declined, he got a different explanation each time. First, he said he was told his credit limit was 0. Then he was told his address was wrong. Finally, after several days of calls, he learned that he needed to submit the IRS form. So yeah, it all seems to revolve around Citi suddenly deciding that they want income verification from the IRS and that they will lock people's accounts until they receive that form and can verify it. Check out this one. Janice Lintz, 62, was abroad when she received notice that her 6 Citi accounts would be closed if the bank didn't receive the IRS form within 30 days. The final days of what was supposed to be a retirement adventure turned into repeated calls with customer service. Since she couldn't get confirmation that Citi received the document despite spending $118 on courier fees, she decided to cut her trip short and resolve the issue from home, shelling out $600 for a last-minute flight to Washington, D.C. Okay, I don't know why she had to fly all the way back from vacation to sort that one out, all right? If I was on vacation, I'd probably just be like, screw Citi, I'm switching to Chase. Waiter, another margarita, please. All right, let's see how Citi actually resolved this, though, because to be fair to them, they have taken some steps to make it right. So here is what Citi initially did for the first guy in the article to make it right. Last week, after Colette's account had been frozen for more than a month, a representative told him that it was restored and offered 5,000 bonus points worth about $50 for the inconvenience. But his rewards remain frozen, meaning he can't redeem the concession. So initially, they seemed to offer a measly peace offering to make up for the inconvenience caused. And as you can see with that guy, his account was still frozen, so he couldn't even access the points anyway. But after the Wall Street Journal article came out, it seems Citi really took it to heart. I mean, of course they did. Negative press and a major publication. And they started trying to genuinely make good with the affected cardholders. So the Wall Street Journal report was October 16th, and on the 18th, we have this article on Doctor of Credit. Citi refunding $595 annual fee and waiving MSR, minimum spend requirement, on Citi Strata Elite for 4506C affected cardholders. And in case you don't know, the 4506C is the tax form that Citi was asking those cardholders to fill out and send in via snail mail so that Citi could get a copy of their tax returns from the IRS. Here is a screenshot of the email that Citi sent out, and they're basically doing two things. They're refunding the annual fee and any authorized user fees, and they're also giving out the welcome bonus with no spend requirement. And that was a big issue for people, since you have 3 months to spend $6,000 to get that 100,000 points on the welcome bonus. The 100,000 points is worth between $1,000 and $2,000 depending on how you redeem the points. So if your card is locked and you can't put spend on it, it's likely you won't be able to hit that $6,000 in spending in 3 months, and you'll miss out on the bonus. Maybe you spent $2,000 in 1 month already, but then your card got locked for a month and you put your spending on other cards, and then it gets unlocked and you have just 1 month to spend $4,000 to get to $6,000. And you don't do that much spending in a month, right? Maybe there's not that much money in your budget for the month. So you're kind of screwed, and you could miss out on that welcome bonus, which is literally missing out on between $1,000 to $2,000. I mean, I know that sounds like the ultimate first world problems, all right? I'm missing out on my $1,000 to $2,000 in free money, but you know, I mean, it is a lot of money, right? So that's why they've had to waive the spend requirement. So what's my opinion on all of this? Well, I think it is great that Citi has made right on it. I really loathe when companies act as if they don't care about their customers. Going over and above to make something right when you've screwed up can make a huge impression on a customer and turn a mistake into lifetime customer loyalty. Because that customer knows that even if you screw up, even if it isn't your fault, perhaps the IRS screwed up and, you know, Citi felt that it wasn't totally their fault, but even if that happens, you'll still undo your mistake or the mistake that's happened, and you'll do everything that you can to take care of them. And customers will be loyal. When I was selling wallets, and actually my wallets are still on sale, if you want to buy a wallet, the link is below. But if USPS screwed up and the wallet didn't reach the customer, or even if I felt the customer could be lying and they received it, and, you know, I would still always send them a second wallet if they complained and said they didn't get it, all right? It's just, it would happen maybe 1 out of every 100. And even if I didn't know who screwed it up, if it was me who wrote the address wrong, USPS screwed up, or the customer was lying, I would still just send out that extra wallet, all right? It doesn't cost a lot when you're doing it at scale if it's just 1 in 100 people. So it's good that Citi did do this, but it's a shame that they only did it after the Wall Street Journal pointed it out to them. And maybe they were planning it anyway, I'm not sure, but you know, they definitely would have known about this article coming out before the release date, because Wall Street Journal said in the article they reached out for comment. You have to if you're a journalist, otherwise it's not fair reporting, you can get sued. So they would have probably known about it a few weeks before it came out anyway, and they had a lot of time to figure out how they were going to make good on it before the article was released. But no matter how it played out, the response now from Citi is the correct one, okay? Waiving the annual fee, giving out the bonus with no spend requirement. And since it's only a small number of cardholders affected compared to their overall number of customers, it probably doesn't cost that much for Citi to do this, but it means a lot to those people. And guys, I'd like to know if you were affected by this. Leave a comment down below and let me know. I'd like to see how many people actually had this problem. And if you want to supercharge your credit card rewards on your dining spend, check out the Built Dining program in the links below. You can get an extra 3 points per dollar on spend at restaurants in their program, which are many. So if you sign up to Built and you link your Citi Strata Elite and you dine at one of the restaurants in the Built program after 6 p.m. on Friday or Saturday, you could earn 9 points per dollar. That's 6 from Citi and 3 from Built. And that's actually the highest amount of points on dining that I've come up with so far using the Built Dining program. I normally suggest the Amex Gold, which would be 7 points per dollar, 4 from Amex and 3 from Built. But with the Strata Elite, dining on a Friday or Saturday, it's something else. It's really high. But whatever card you have, it's such a no-brainer program to use. Just sign up and link any card through the link below. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.